It's a brand new show. It's the Sunday Sturge with the Bottom Line Sports Crew. Let's go. Welcome to the show. And get you all your NFL recap, all your highlights, lowlights, maybe the Broncos lowlight. We're going to get you all into Dallas.
You would have thought the Cowboys won the Super Bowl today.
The Cowboys did win. How about that? The Cowboys did win. How about that, man?
Mm-hmm.
Man, welcome to the show. This is our first episode. Ballin' Buds is Omar's baby, and this is the Bottom Line Sports Crew. Tony the Savant is joining us here, right down there.
What's good, everybody?
That's standing right over there. And then the guy holding the sign, that's Omar the Sports Professor. Then that sad looking face with the glasses and the Bronco hat, that's my Jake.
Mm-hmm.
How did Broncos do? Jake, is it all right? We'll talk about it.
Flo, you wrong, man.
Hey, all I know is I better hope he keeps the same energy when they lose. I better hope he has the same energy.
Hey, you wrong, Flo.
The Broncos suck.
Oh, it's the bag. It's early for the bag, Omar. It's early for the bag. That's later in the season.
You would have thought the Raiders won today, too.
That's later, Omar. Hey, welcome. This is the Bottom Line Sports Crew, along with our guest, Tony the Savant, doing your NFL recap. And we'll talk a little NFL here. Check our scores out. Whatever your team is, we're going to try and hit every team before the preview. Some Monday Night Football. We appreciate everybody out there joining us for today. Appreciate your comment, like, subscribe. You can find the Bottom Line Sports on YouTube as well. We're right now broadcast exclusively on Let's Talk Sports Network. Let's go. All right, fellas. Interesting day. Any initial comments, Canteen? You don't want to talk about anything specific, but any initial comments about the game?
I mean, this was an interesting week one, man. I mean, there was a lot of great games, a lot of surprises. A lot of things transpired before. Matter of fact, I don't know if you want to hit this stuff or not, Flo, but there were a lot of big topics that transpired before kickoff. I mean, you got the whole Tyreek Hill, situation. You got Dak Prescott signing his deal. You got Jamar Chase showing up. He didn't even sign, but he ended up playing. So I mean, there are a lot of big things that happened.
A lot of storylines.
Kickoff. A lot of storylines, man.
Yeah. Any initial thoughts, Omar, as we get into this today? Generic.
Omar, you're muted.
You're muted, bro.
There you go.
Well, the mute master has to come into effect.
The mute master is back, baby.
Look, I mean, it was an all slate of games. So happy to have football back. Thank God it is back after all this year. We've been waiting so long. We had 6 games in the top half that were came into the fourth quarter with one score in between them. So really coming down to the wire there. A lot of good games going on, a lot of good finishes. So we'll definitely get into it, but I'm excited football is back.
Football is back. All right, Tony, any opening thoughts? Get into this.
I think Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon are going to be great additions for the Texans, and as well, man, the Chicago Bears defense shocked me.
Numbers.
Yeah, they did that thing today.
They put up numbers, man.
Is that your fantasy defense?
Man, that's how he killed me.
Is that how he killed you? Oh, man. Hey, shout out to everybody playing fantasy football out there.
Yeah, thanks.
Jake.
Yeah. All right, Jake, any opening thoughts? No? Okay, let's move on. All right, so opening thoughts, Jake. Don't get specifics. Just some opening thoughts.
Congrats to Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
We got the halftime
2025 Super Bowl. Yeah.
They not like us. Can't wait. Can't wait. Let's get going.
Can't wait. All right, let's go. Let's get into this. We're getting some of these early games. Let's get into a game that's already been passed. We won't touch too much on it. It's been a while, but the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Chiefs won 27-20. I'm almost undefeated. I think I only got one pick wrong, but any initial thoughts? Whoever wants to go thoughts on this game? Is this maybe Lamar Jackson said it's not his kryptonite, but maybe it is tonight. Any thoughts?
Man, I'll kick it off, man. We get the numbers first. I mean, for that game, that Thursday night game with the Ravens, man, Lamar Jackson went 26 for 41. He threw for 273 yards and 1 touchdown. He carried the ball a bunch of times, which he carried the ball for 16 carries, 122 yards. And then they had a guy, Likely, which is a pretty good receiver. He ended up getting 9 receptions, 111 yards and 1 touchdown. But Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, man, he went 20 for 28, 291 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Isaiah Pacheco, man, 15 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdowns, and Rice 7 receptions and 103 yards. I think the biggest issue that I have with that Thursday night game is Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens getting the ball moving. I mean, you have a great running back. You went and picked up Derrick Henry. Right. Why not utilize Derrick Henry and open up those holes and run the ball and open up your passing game a little bit more? I don't know if Todd Monken was clueless or not, but the Ravens did not look like themselves. They did not look like the playoff team that we saw as the Ravens. They didn't look good at all. I mean, for the Chiefs, they look like an unstoppable machine. They look really, really good, man. I anticipate nothing out of them. And so that's what I got.
Yeah. Okay, Omar, what do you think? Is that a mistake? Why does the quarterback still have more running attempts than Derrick Henry, who is the guy that you brought in to kind of, take the load off of him?
Yeah, no, I agree. You know that I was the one that said Derrick Henry was going to be key to unlocking this offense, and I still believe so. He was really good in the first half when they were actually feeding him the ball. I am with you. Right. Why they stopped feeding him the ball? It's probably because they got behind there in the second half. But still, you got to keep consistency. And when you have one of the better running backs in the league, you got to take advantage of that, especially early on in the season when he's fresh. That being said, the Chiefs, really good high-powered offense still. We're not saying anything new when we say that, but what is new is Xavier Worthy and the way that he played all across the field and got that offense really unlocked by taking the top off of the defense. I'm not worried about Baltimore. I figured they would lose this game anyways. I'm surprised they even made it that close at the end. Close. I know we'll get into that. What an ending. I can't believe they lost by that close of a pass, but Lamar Jackson has to make that throw before that.
He had like 3 shots at it.
Yeah, you've got it, but there was that one particular throw where he missed by 3 to 5 feet. You got to make that.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Yeah, your thoughts, Tony?
I thought it was an instant classic, a good rematch of the AFC Championship, of course. Right. To kind of piggyback off Sports Professor, Xavier Worthy was good. Hey, man, everybody in the New Jersey and, making their debuts in these New Jerseys have been playing fantastic, including some of the rookies. So, but I think they're going to be even more dangerous when Hollywood Brown gets back off his injury. Lamar Jackson, man, spectacular football player, but I think you got to get a little bit better at identifying his check down passes. I think you can nullify a lot of that running if you just check it down to Mark Andrews or Justice Hill, who's ever in that backfield with him. But it was a good game. I think this is going to be something we're going to have to see again in the postseason, of course, as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Jake, what do you think? You have, I guess, the Chiefs second place behind your first place team eventually, the Houston Texans. Do you think
Could you hear him?
I didn't hear what you said.
Your mic went out a little bit.
Your mic went out, Flo.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this what you expected, Jake, from the Chiefs?
Absolutely. I expected this, and I expect this from Lamar. Here's the thing, and I don't know how nobody's throwing this issue out. Your kryptonite is this team. And Lamar, I told you, earlier. If you don't win this game, it looks embarrassing. This is sad. I don't trust this team now. If this team is the last chance to stop this Chiefs from three-peating, then I have no trust in this. This looks dangerous to me. But you know what? This is what happens when you trust in a quarterback that runs better than he throws. So I'm calling it a spade a spade. Get better, Lamar. Because now you're 0-1. Now I know you will not get, if y'all have the same record or worse record, you won't get home field advantage. And you're not winning in Arrowhead. It's sad. It's sad to me.
Right. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about this. I appreciate Legal, I swear, and interesting name, and Daniel Berry there. I appreciate you guys commenting. Please hit that like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Appreciate you commenting. Give us
shout out Daniel Berry.
You want to do? What's up, Daniel Berry?
The Bottom Line Sports. The Bottom Line Sports.
Here on the Let's Talk Sports Network. All right, let's go. So the next game was on Friday over in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Packers, your Packers, Tony Esteban. I'll let you go first. Your team, you can give us the updates you have against the Eagles. I picked the Eagles. I think Canteen, and you picked the Packers. I'm pretty sure you picked the Packers. I don't know who you picked, Omar, in this game. I just felt like the Eagles would take this in a kind of an ugly game, which it kind of was ugly. The Eagles, even though they got a win, they had 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles during the game, but still ended up pulling out a win. What do you think, Tony? Your thoughts on your Packers and the Eagles, and any updates for us on Jordan Love?
Well, as far as the updates on Jordan Love, it's looking like a 3 to 6 weeks. I believe he hurt his MCL. I don't believe it's any tears or anything like long term. So they're just taking protocols. So it'll be about 3 to 6 weeks. My only real concern about that is that the Bears and the Vikings won today. The Lions can win tonight, so that's going to put us behind, a game, everybody. But other than that, there's no reason to really be gloom and doom right now in Packer Nation. But as far as
who's your backup? Is it going to be Malik?
Malik Willis.
Is it going to be Malik Willis? Wow. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
He played 2 downs at the end of the game and looked horrible. So I believe
he looked horrible in Tennessee too.
Yeah, facts. And I think the best thing is that Josh Jacobs has been accustomed to carrying the team before. So barring him getting injured, I think we will be able to depend on him. Hey, shout out to Penguin Productions, man.
All right.
But other than that, the game was a good game. Definitely, I don't think anybody was perfect, but neither was the field. As everybody was sliding around there. That was atrocious. But
I feel like the equipment team and the coaches should have fixed that. I mean, that you have cleats. I'm sure you bring other kinds, big different types of cleats. It's not like it's a totally foreign field. It would get grass is grass.
Yeah, and the NFL is making extra money, putting it on Peacock and going across seas. So hey, investing in that field. So
but that was the soccer field they played one of the World Cup. That was a soccer they played on there.
Yeah, and I believe Brazil is like one of the top dogs in soccer. So that's but the thing about it is that a soccer field isn't made to carry the deal with the same kind of brute force as a football field. So
that's
it's
fair,
just,
but
that kind of thing. But other than that, I love Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, man. They both made good debuts in their new jersey. So that was the highlight of the game for me.
Okay. All right, Jake, your thoughts? I know you have the Eagles missing the playoffs. I'm not sure. I know.
No, I have the Eagles in the playoffs.
You barely making it. But anyway, your thoughts on this game and Packers and the Eagles? Initial thoughts on this game?
Yeah, what I saw is you just got to this was a mere bag of shell type of game. Here's the thing. There's nothing to worry about. Josh Jacobs, it's his first time running the ball over there. I was more annoyed how the NFL put that field, like y'all said. I'm going to say this. I'm worried now on the Packers winning the division because I had them winning the division. I still think they make the playoffs, but now they have to go on.
Back out now.
So many times. Okay, that's an injury. Come on now. As I was saying.
Anyway,
with that before. But do I still believe that Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur can take this team to the Super Bowl still? Absolutely. I think now you do have to play a lot of Josh Jacobs type football in the coming weeks. Don't worry. He's used to that. Ask Omar with that trash team he likes. He won some games just running the ball.
Wow. Shots fired. Hey, so remember I told you, and I told you this. You embraced a little too much, Tony. Jake picked your team to the Super Bowl, and I told you be careful with the HTJJ. It was in effect, baby. The HTJJ is in effect.
Well, I hate to root against my team.
Don't worry.
I hate to see Jordan Love get hurt.
Too in the playoffs.
I blame Jake for this. I blame Jake.
I'm not going to root against him. Hey, if he's talking wrong against him, then I might rebuke that a little bit.
No. Jake picks his team like this. It stinks.
By the way, Tony, I picked them to beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. That happened
every year. Every year.
Always.
Easiest $100 you can make.
Yeah, that's at the end of the season. But you of course, you pick against the Cowboys all the time, Jake. That's no surprise. It happens. They're going to lose eventually. They can't win every game, Jake. You pick against the Cowboys every game. All right, Omar, your thoughts on this?
How would I not have more than 7 wins for them? I had them at 7 wins for a reason.
Okay. And most everybody had your Broncos at 7 wins, so we'll see what happens.
I can't wait.
Okay, I can't wait either. It's not looking good so far. All right, go ahead, Omar.
Well, talking about the Broncos he's thinking that they won the Super Bowl.
I didn't even say Super Bowl.
You done jabber, John? You done?
I know he's just
jabber over there. Stop talking. Let me take my time. Jeez Louise. Anyways, the talking point was the field and the slippage and all that. But the only thing slipping was the balls out of these quarterbacks' hands. Pause. Because these quarterbacks could not make any on-target throws. They were throwing balls into double, triple coverage, getting balls almost intercepted, getting their balls almost taken out of the air. Like, it's not, these things are not, they were too loose and reckless with the balls. Balls. Right. Sorry, that was way too, that was way too much. Anyways, now, y'all are burying the lead. The lead is that somebody that wasn't slipping and somebody that loves the ball in crunch time is Saquon Barkley. I told y'all that he was going to be a beast for the Eagles, and he already showed out 3 touchdowns, over 150 yards. I mean, he's just a beast. We don't got to say nothing else. And A.J. Brown, who I also called, going for a nice 160 and a 69-yard touchdown. I'm not worried about any of this except the Packers. Their season, losing him for 4 to 6 weeks, pretty much means that if he doesn't come back super healthy, and I'll tell you as someone who has had an MCL injury before, they're not very easy to come back from. It's going to be tough sledding for the Packers to make the playoffs now.
Right. All right, Ken, your thoughts on this game?
All right, man. So when I look at numbers-wise, man, I mean, Love went 17 for 34, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. To me, Josh Jacobs did not play his best game, man. 16 carries for 84 yards, that was kind of poor to me. And they got a kid by the name of Reed, 4 receptions, 138 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts. I will say this about Philly. Philly played a pretty subpar game. Philly could have done more. I think with the injury that Love ended up getting kind of hampered the success of Green Bay. Mm-hmm. I hope he heals and I hope he gets better as soon as possible. Okay. I ain't really got a lot of faith in Malik Willis, but I will say this.
Yeah.
The Packers' next 5 or 6 games are not going to be as strenuous. The back end of their schedule is where the rubber meets the road. So they may struggle, for the next 3-4 weeks or whatever, but it's cool. As long as they got Love back on the back end of the schedule. I still got a lot of faith in Green Bay. The Eagles just eagling, man. They're just eagling at this point, man.
There's still issues there. I think there's still issues there. I think there's still some brokenness there between the head coach and the quarterback. Everybody said that, that's all done for. But that article, if you read that article that came out about them, they said one of the points they made in the article was, they don't hate each other. I'm like, wow, that's not good for your head coach and your quarterback. No matter if and some other person is calling the plays. And the Eagles will find out why we didn't like
it. Doesn't matter. I keep telling you that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you don't listen. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't listen. You don't listen. What happened last week?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, so let's move on. The Cardinals were giving the Bills all they could handle, leading for a majority of this game. And the Bills end up coming back. Canteen wants to hit this one first. Cardinals giving the Bills all they can handle, but the Bills pull it out in the end, 34-28.
All right, so let's look at the Bills. Josh Allen, 18 for 23, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cook, 19 carries, 71 yards. And Keon Coleman, rookie, 4 receptions, 51 yards. I mean, I think the Bills they're building like they usually do. They'll have a great season. They should have beat the Cardinals by more. They should have done more damage to the Cardinals. What happens every year, guys? The Bills always win. Then they get to the playoffs and they choke. Get to the playoffs and choke. Okay. And as I told you earlier this year, Flo, I think the team that's coming out of the AFC, out of the AFC for that division, probably gonna be Miami.
Okay. All right, Omar. Well, your thoughts on this game? The Bills apparently they don't miss Diggs so far. They were struggling early, but they did still win this game and scored quite a few points even without Diggs on the team.
Yeah, so I mean, once they got rid of Diggs this offseason, the Bills were going to, and obviously with their no-name receiver room, now some of those receivers do obviously have potential, but being unproven, this was going to turn into a running team and not just a James Cook running team. No. Josh Allen likes to always fantasy siphon touchdowns from James Cook. Can you please let my man get the ball on the red zone in the goal line, please? You out here getting 4 touchdowns. Can you give him 1, please? Anyways, I digress. Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns. This is Josh Allen's team or bust, and that's all it is. He is going to make or break this team. If they make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl, it's all because of him. If they lose and crash into a fiery heap, it's all because of him as well. And still, no matter what happened in this game, it could go either way because the Cardinals are not an impressive team just because they look like they look today. Although James Conner, shout out, Houston, and Kyler Murray look good on his feet back in the game.
Kyler actually looked good. He did look good.
He was able to move around. With ACL.
Mobile. He was very mobile, as Omar said. Mobile.
Flo? We can't hear you, Flo.
His mic
is muted or something. Mute master now!
Anyway, so yeah, I was gonna say, I was a little higher on the Cardinals than you guys were. I had them going 8-9. You guys have them like 3 wins or 5 wins. What do you think? Is this could this be a good sign for the Cardinals, Tony? That Kyler looked so good, or it looked fairly good? I mean, he moved around really well.
Mobile. He was able to move around after the ACL. That's what I meant.
Yeah, he moved around pretty well out there, and he looked halfway decent. What's your thoughts on this game?
I think it was a great game. Kyler did look good. I think that Trey McBride is going to be a top 5 tight end this season because he was getting a lot of targets, a lot of production. So, and it seems like he's going to be Kyler Murray's. I'm going to say Kyler McBride, but Kyler Murray's security blanket. I was surprised that Marvin Harrison only had 1 catch for 4 yards. You know, him being the 4th round pick, all the hype around him. But you know, rookies are going to be rookies. So give them some time. But my thing about the Bills, man, I think they in that
first game, Omar.
I think the Bills are in the same kind of box that the Ravens are in, man, where it's like Josh Allen has this spectacular play style. He throws it a little bit more than Lamar Jackson, but it's just not a sustainable lifestyle. You know, you sapping up all the sports professor point. He's sapping up all the touchdowns, and then you got nothing left. Or your team ain't used to, you know, grinding it out like that. But anyway, I think it was a good game. I like the Dolphins taking the division, like Ken said, but we'll see, man. You never know with the Bills. That's the thing about that.
Right. Okay, Jake. So what do you think here? Basically, Josh Allen looks like he's basically, Lamar Jackson East. You know, he does the same thing. He has all these. He runs around. He does all this stuff, and he didn't really throw it that much. He only threw it 23 times, but he ran for 39 yards 9 times and a couple of touchdowns. So is he basically Lamar Jackson in disguise? Jake?
Look, here's the difference, though. Lamar has a team. He doesn't.
Okay.
So I give
That's
more
fair.
credit to Josh Allen for doing what he's doing.
Okay.
Look,
That's
there's
fair.
nothing to worry about in this game. This is going to be the growing pains that the Bills deal with, especially at the beginning. Somebody has to step up into Stephon Diggs' spot. Somebody has to show up on the running game. I've never trusted James Cook, but hey, if he's going to do it, you got to do it, because when it comes into that cold weather time and Buffalo gets cold, you got to have a good running game.
Okay.
You got to have a good running game. So
Yeah.
right now, it's good. Good thing they faced the Cardinals. We know that Kyler's pretty much trash. Guy does not much. But I'll say this: they won the game, and that's what matters right now. Win the game.
Win the game.
Jake
Unlike the Broncos.
Montoya speaks.
Anyway, okay, so we'll talk about the Broncos in a minute, but how about this, Tony, the Steelers and the Falcons? let's start with you. Canteen had them winning by 10, the Falcons. I told him he shouldn't do that. I said, Canteen, don't do it. And he's like, Falcons by 10. I'm like,
yeah, Ken always
shaking my head.
He always got somebody.
And the Steelers, yeah, somebody won by 10, almost. But anyway, so he wasn't even Russell Wilson. Justin Fields is the one that ended up starting. Russell has some tightness in his calf or some kind of calf injury. Kirk Cousins didn't look too good. Fields, I think he had a couple more fumbles here. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, the Steelers pull it out, but I mean, neither one of these teams. It is the first game of the season, like Omar tries to say, even though he touted Saquon Barkley in the first game, but this is just the first game of the season.
3 TDs is a lot. What do you mean?
But I'm just saying it's just the first game still. All right, so anyway, it's just the first game. But I mean, you can react either way, Omar. You can overreact the good side or overreact to the bad side. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on this game? Both teams, didn't look too hot, but Steelers end up pulling out the Falcons. A lot of high hopes for the Falcons this year. A lot of people have them winning the division. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I was on the Falcons train, and hold on, I was looking at $180 million is a lot of money just to get 10 points. I think some blame has to go to Kirk Cousins because he played average today and to play, through the roof. He has a lot of weapons. He can work with what he has. I will say that Arthur Blank, man, he did everything he was supposed to do as an owner. He got everything, all his aces into places, and the team gets beat by 6 field goals. Not a touchdown, not an epic play, but 6 field goals. And I don't know, man. I just think the Falcons, I know they're one of the more, I guess you could say, teams we don't take it serious, but every time I begin to take them serious, they lay an egg. Yeah. So I just don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Justin Fields. Justin Fields made some clutch plays. He wasn't perfect, but he made some clutch plays on his leg and with his arm. So it might be a QB controversy. It might be.
Really? Yeah, all right, so Jake, what are you thinking? Kirk Cousins struggled, 2 interceptions, and looking at Bijan Robinson, he only had 68 yards. Algier, 21 yards. I mean, they kind of look like the same Falcons from last year. What are you thinking, Jake?
I think the same thing. I think they're the same Falcons. I think they're going to win this division by default. This division is not good. This was embarrassing. Kirk Cousins, you paid this man that much money. And I had a friend in the crowd literally telling me, bro, every time Kirk was messing up, they were screaming Penix. Put Penix in. This is what's going to happen now. Because you drafted that QB. Literally, they're screaming it live. Let me tell you something, Kirk. I give excuses to the rookies that actually are rookies today and had to play. Kirk, you've been in the league 13, 14 years. You should know better. You've played these teams before. What's your excuse? This is embarrassing beyond measures. They did whatever they could.
Coming off the injury.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. He's got He's got players like no other around. He's got Bijan. He's got Kyle. He's got all these players that Cam was screaming at me a week ago. Now they're not good enough. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
The Steelers have one move. Run. And then if they can get a play action pass, they'll do it. This was bad. The only way the Steelers win is if they win the turnover battle. And y'all did exactly what they needed y'all to do. They turned the ball over. Good job, Falcon fans.
All right, Omar, what are you thinking here? How long do we think we're going to wait until we have buyer's remorse and we see Michael Penix, more calls for Michael Penix to be out there, Omar? Is there a danger?
Calls for Michael Penix will always be there because, as Hot Take Jake said, in the NFL or anywhere, when you draft or you get a hot rookie and you have someone in front of them that is not playing at a top level, of course you're going to have calls for their backup, especially in the NFL and especially at the position of quarterback. That being said, I would normally agree with Jake in the terms of Marvin Harrison being a rookie. Yeah, you expected maybe it'd be a little slow. In the terms of a veteran, you don't usually expect those sort of things. You expect the Saquon Barkley sort of response. But I also agree with a little bit of what Flo said. He's coming off an Achilles injury. This is what I expect Aaron Rodgers to do tonight. I don't expect Aaron Rodgers to have a good game tonight either. When you're coming off of such an injury, like Kevin Durant, people like that, it takes a while to come back from this Achilles. And you got to remember, he didn't play any of the preseason either. So give him a couple games, see if he can get into the flow of it. And if by game 6 he's still playing like this, then yeah, you're going to have to make a move at some point.
Right. All right, so before we go to Canteen, I think you got to go, Tony. We appreciate you jumping on the show, coming in, giving us your thoughts.
All right, bro.
And we'll see you next time, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, fellas.
All right, man.
Luke.
The Savant.
See you, brother.
Here we go. All right, back to this mode right here. Here we go. So your thoughts. This is your team, and let me just point this out. And tried to fool me and saying he's a Cowboy fan, and he says
I didn't fool you.
No, he said I tried to trick him into being a Cowboy fan. He told me that he was a Cowboy fan. He's always been a Cowboy fan. He never is a Cowboy fan. Coming out here dissing my Cowboys and always rooting for the Falcons and saying how good all these moves that the Falcons made, blah, blah, blah. How do you feel about all these moves the Falcons made? They don't look good right now.
All right, so let me be honest, Flo. Let me be honest.
Okay.
This was a piss poor game played by the Falcons. 18-10 piss poor game played by the Falcons. Kirk Cousins went 16 for 26, 155 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Bijan Robinson, 18 carries for 68 yards. And then McLeod, receiver, 4 receptions, 52 yards. I'm going to say this right here. The Falcons look like pure shit. Excuse me for cussing, but they look like shit. They look bad. They look horrible. I will say this right here. Kirk Cousins don't have 5 or 6 games to get back in the game. The Falcons got to play the Eagles next week. Eagles.
Dude, you paid him $180 million over 3 years.
So,
you got time. Give him time.
No, what I'm saying, Omar, when you look at our schedule strength, and if you're talking about the Falcons going to do X, Y, and Z, they got the Eagles. Then they got Kansas City. Then it gets easy.
Then it gets easy.
Then they got Tampa Bay.
Look, y'all had Tampa Bay missing the playoffs.
The Lakers are 0-3. Okay, I got you.
I got that. So they'll be what?
It could be 0-3, 0-4, 1-3, maybe.
Do you think? I mean, I don't know. Y'all guys haven't winning 11, 12 games.
Here's the thing, man.
Okay.
The Falcons were a big disappointment because they allowed Arthur Smith, that was the previous head coach, to go to Pittsburgh and to come back home and beat them. That was bad. And the Steelers look poor beating Atlanta. They look bad beating Atlanta. All the plays that Arthur Smith called towards the end of the game were 4 plays. Horrible plays.
Okay.
Do I still believe the Falcons can do it? Yeah. But I think they're gonna call Penix, whatever his name is, up earlier. It won't be no 5 or 6 games.
It was closer, Omar. It was closer.
It won't be 5 or 6 games. I bet you that.
Please do not censor us. Please do not cancel us. He did not say what you think he said.
He's trying to say Penix.
Okay. Just go check out.
Make sure you say Junior. That way they know you're trying to say his name, Cam.
Yeah.
All right.
Look.
All right.
Shout out to the man of the game, though. Chris Boswell. 3 field goals over 50 yards and 5 over 40. Let's go.
Right? I should have had him on my fantasy league, man. Hey, so you had one of your storylines, I think it was the Bengals and the Patriots.
Oh, my God.
Patriots end up winning this game. I believe I picked the Patriots, by the way. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on this game? The Patriots beating the Bengals here with Brissett, who everybody had criticized the coach for starting him. Everybody wanted Drake Bay. Does the coach make the right choice again, or what's going on, or is it just the coach?
Who you asking, Canteen or me?
Cam.
Hey, I think they made the right decision by using Brissett. There are no issues using him. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty.
Okay.
That's what I'm disappointed in, Joe Shiesty. I don't expect anything. I didn't even expect Chase to even show up and play.
Okay.
But the Bengals do not look like the Bengals. I don't even know what they look like. They did not look well put together. So as I'll say, shout out to Brissett and the Patriots, whatever. Gerard Mayo, shout out to you and your organization, and shout out to the team. But the Bengals better go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I watched earlier, Flo. I really don't.
Okay. Yeah, so the Bengals struggled, Omar. Canteen's a little flabbergasted by them. The Bengals seem to start out slow either because Joe is gone or they just seem to start out slow and not well. Is this just first game, just not take it like you kind of did to extreme with Saquon Barkley, not take the bad part too hard? Game week 1, Omar, what do you think about the Bengals and losing to the Patriots opening day?
No, this is exactly what I was just saying. This is that third option I just gave y'all. This is a veteran team that should have not done this. This is a veteran team that laid an egg, dropped the ball, and should not have come out against what is supposed to be the worst, miserable team in the league, ruining eliminator challenges all over the country. I know at least 35% of the country picked the Bengals, and now they're all out of their pools. So you can say goodbye to that money. You lost out of week 1. I was in that group. So that's not good. And I told y'all on the offseason, I said Joe Mixon loss was going to be huge, and they have no one in game. Burrow had to be their second best runner. That's piss poor. Joe Burrow had a 56.2 QBR, piss poor. An 86 rating, piss poor. The protection from the line, piss poor. 3 sacks. Come on, y'all. I agree with Ken. I don't know what kind of Bengals team that was. I expect this to be just one of those, man, we came out and laid an egg kind of things. Forget about it and keep it moving because they should
keep moving. Correct, man. Correct.
Jake, your thoughts? I mean, this is your team to second place team? Or the Kansas City is?
I had Kansas City. I had the Bengals as the wild card. As I was saying.
This place. Yeah, I see it.
I'm not worried at all. This is honestly what the Bengals do every year. They start out slow. They'll get their run going. And no doubt in my mind, they have nothing to worry about. Look, Joe Burrow always starts out like this. All I'll say is
why?
I don't know about like this, though. This is a bad game. I don't know.
This is bad.
They lost the Browns last year. The thing before that, they've lost.
He didn't look good at all.
They lose to the Cowboys last year for some reason. I'm telling you, you lose to these teams. You lose to these bum teams early in the season, and then you turn around, and they always look good. Once October hits, once that October drift hits, you know what this team is. You'll start seeing them come out. I think a lot changed. Remember, Jamar Chase hasn't been practicing. T. Higgins is out. You just lost Joe Mixon. You're now establishing a new running back. It takes time. Burrow's going to have this team running wild pretty soon. Do not worry. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, what'd you have, Ken? You had to listen.
Now, the caveat on what Jay just said, man, I would say that it doesn't really. I'll say it gets a little bit easy, but not really easy because the Bengals got the Chiefs next week. Then they got the Commanders. Then they'll probably beat the Commanders, and they'll beat the Panthers. Then they got the Ravens rolling in. So this we separate the men from the boys, and like I said, man, a guy coming off an injury like Burrow. Man, here's the thing, Flo, and I'll caveat on what you've always said, man.
Okay.
These guys get these big time deals, man, and they don't play up to snuff. To me, they don't. They play good one year, then you give them a big deal.
To be fair,
let's see if Flo keeps that up with Dak getting paid today.
To be fair, I was going to say this is what I was going to say, Jake. To be fair, I've always said that when they get that first big contract, and to my point, Dak did not play well after he got that first big contract, and that's when I say that not when Dak. This one is a second contract; it's not the same thing. But when they get that first big contract,
the most still, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So Miami goes out and kind of stumbles out the gate a little bit, but ends up pulling out the game 20-17. What are your thoughts here, Jake, on this? I don't know who you had for the Dolphins or the Jaguars, who you had winning that division. I know you have Houston, but
that division, and the Jags are going to fall off this year. So it's right there. This game was going to be close. Like I said, week 1's all about these close games. Bad teams don't know they're bad. Good teams haven't figured out how to be good yet. This was just a good team actually showing up Shout out Tyreek. I know he was dealing with some crap before the game, and yet he still showed up and showed out. These guys are here, man. I think the Dolphins are going to look good for at least the good next 8 weeks. After that, that's when I start questioning them.
Okay. All right. So, Omar, I know you said you don't want to overreact with one game, even though you did. Are we going to overreact here with Tua Tagovailoa? He looked really good. He had over 300 yards.
300 yards.
And he played really well. Only had one touchdown, but he didn't have any interceptions. He outplayed Trevor Lawrence for the most part, even though they kind of fell behind early. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, it had a slow start, but Tua is coming out and showing that he does Tua things. You know what I mean? He was he was just hot Tua the ball all over the field.
Oh my God!
I mean?
What?
Let's go.
Let's not go there.
I feel it. I like it. I love it.
What did you say, Omar? What did you say?
Hey, I said Tagovailoa was hot Tua the ball all over the field.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to mute you, Omar.
Spit on that thing.
He's so stupid. So anyways, Tua is showing out, man. Tua deserves to get paid. Tua deserves the money he got. Finally, he has somebody behind him that's propping him up and giving him good feedback. Mike McDonald is actually boosting him, unlike Tua said he had his character demeaned by the previous coach and was treated differently. Excuse me. Now he feels a lot more free to go out there and play ball with Tyreek. It was a little slow start for them, but for them to come back and win this game against a division rival, this is a statement game. I'm not worried about them going into the future. They do need a win in cold, but coming back against your rival is good.
Okay. All right, Ken. So you can give us some of the stats, but question for you on this. This falls into my category of the guy who got paid his first big contract. He didn't get paid. Can Tua keep this pace up and continue to look this good or even better, or will he start to falter?
All right, so Tua went 23 for 37, 338 yards, 1 touchdown. Wilson was the rusher. He went 5 carries, 26 yards, but Tyreek Hill, even in his indiscretions and all the foolishness, 7 receptions, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. Let me tell you this right here, Flo. The next 5 weeks, the Miami Dolphins are going to have a field day. They're going to have a field day. They got the Thursday night game with the Bills. They'll win that one. They'll beat Seattle in Seattle. They will beat the Tennessee Titans. They will beat the Patriots. They will beat the Colts, Cardinals. The next tough game that they will have will be November, when they got to go to Buffalo to Highmark. The Bills, as I said, the Dolphins should have an easy streak for the next 5-6 weeks. Easy streak.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let us know what you guys think of this game. We got to talk about this game. I know nobody cares about the Broncos in Seattle, but we do have somebody on the team here who cares about the Broncos. So most of you out there, I know maybe you can tune out if you need to, but we're going to talk a little Broncos Seahawks here. Apparently, if you guys don't know, Jake has the Broncos going to the AFC Championship. And so they don't start out well. Canteen, I know you kind of buy it. We'll let Jake go last because he's going to talk his head off, blah, blah, blah.
I can hit the numbers on this game, man.
Hit the numbers and then give us some thoughts on this Broncos-Seattle game.
All right. Bo Nix went 26 for 42, 138 yards. He threw 2 interceptions. It's a crime. It's a crime when your quarterback carried the ball 5 times, 35 yards, and he scored 1 touchdown. I mean, when he's the top rusher, that's a problem. And then Reynolds, 5 receptions, 45 yards. But then Geno Smith, 18 for 25, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kenneth Walker, 20 carries, 103 yards, 1 touchdown. And Tyler Lockett, 6 receptions, 77 yards. Man, I think this was a kind of subpar game for Denver. I'm not going to count Jake out. I'm not going to count the Broncos out. I mean, it's Seattle won. But let me say this right here. Let me say this, guys. Let me say this.
Okay.
The Broncos got the Steelers. That'll be a close game. They should edge them. They should beat the Buccaneers. I don't know what the Jets look like until tomorrow night, so I can't forecast that game. The first game where you're gonna get spanked really, really, really good, Jake, gonna be October 5th when Omar and the Raiders are gonna spank you really, really good. They're gonna spank you. So Jake. I'm telling you, I don't think you bad, Jake. I don't think your team is bad. How y'all lose to Seattle, man? Really?
Bruh.
Okay, so Omar, this is your last place team. I know you were pretty rough on the Broncos when we did our picks. You're the only one has them at only 5 wins. Was this kind of what you expected? Geno Smith outplayed Bo Nix. That's kind of Geno Smith is all kinds of average. What do you think of this game? I know you got some stuff to say about the Broncos. Omar, go ahead.
Hey, who am I? Who am I?
Come on, Omar. Don't do that.
Bo Nix to fix. We're going to the championship.
Hey, Jake about to say, shut up, Omar. Shut up, Omar.
Yo, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that Broncos crying baby BS. Your boy, what was it? Hold on. Let me check the stats on this. I know
they're not good. They're not good, Omar.
I want to make sure I got the rating correct. I don't want to underrate him. 47.5 quarterback rating.
47.5. That's bad.
Is that the QBR? Is that his QBR?
That's quarterback rating. 47.5.
No, passer. There's different. There's a passer rating. There's a QBR. Which one is it?
That's the passer rating. 47.5.
Passer rating. That's passer rating.
Passer rating. That's even worse.
Passer rating. And he had 3.3 yards per pass completed. Like, what are we doing right now? I get it's his first game. Then don't hype him up like you did, Jake, because this is what you should expect. I told you the Seahawks were going to win. I told you Bo Nix was going to have a bad game. I told you y'all were going to suck this year. You're still going to suck. Bo Nix is going to be better. Of course, I expect every rookie to have a bad first game. Caleb Williams had a bad first game. Fine. He'll get better as it goes on. But is he the fix? Is he the reason y'all are going to do anything? No. Y'all are still going to suck. Y'all are not going to make the playoffs. Sean Payton's going to have another losing year. He's going to get fired. And then you can go crawl back into your hole with no championships since Peyton Manning decided to come bless your franchise for 2 years because he felt y'all were too poor to even have a championship. You bum.
Omar going off on the Broncos.
You would have thought the Raiders won today. You would have thought the Raiders won today.
I was just saying.
And he was the leading rusher. How does that happen when you got Javonte Williams?
I don't know. Maybe Jake can explain his Broncos. He was all down and out about the Bengals, but they're actually they look almost the same as the Broncos as far as statistics. So, are you gonna go as hard at your Broncos as you did at the Bengals?
When did I go hard at the Bengals?
You did. You said that was embarrassing what they did. Is this embarrassing
on the Bengals? I said the Bengals do this every year.
I know, but you said it was embarrassing.
No, I didn't say that at all.
What did you say was embarrassing then?
I said Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay. Well, he didn't look much better than Atlanta. This team offensively didn't look much better than Atlanta.
Right. With a rookie.
What?
I'm going to name one stat to y'all guys. I'm going to name y'all one stat. This is the game I saw. I got it right here.
You take out your rose-colored glasses?
This quarterback was 28 for 44, 242 yards passing, 0 picks, 0 interceptions. He lost 9-25. Lost 9-25 if y'all look at it, guys. 9-25. The Texans lost to the Ravens last year, week 1.
Okay.
That quarterback was a rookie. He ended up winning and going to the playoffs after that. I just want to let you know.
Are you comparing Bo Nix to CJ Stroud?
Now, let me tell you why. Because the defensive coordinator that master planned against CJ Stroud in week 1 was the same defensive coordinator, the head coach.
But the Texans don't have the great Sean Payton.
Huh?
You had a rookie head coach.
Don't you have the great Sean Payton having that?
The great Sean Payton shouldn't look this bad.
What do you mean he looked this bad? He's put up.
They looked horrible.
They put up 20 points, right?
That's not good. 20 points.
They didn't look good doing it. They didn't look good doing it.
They gave up. They put up 9 points a year ago. CJ Stroud did. He put up 20. As I was saying, there's no harm, no foul. Here's the thing, guys. Did we not know that we were going to see a young rookie quarterback not struggle? I hope we had the same.
Not according to you.
We knew that.
Not according to you.
Know that. We knew that.
Same hate on
not according to you.
Caleb Williams is supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes. He didn't even get over 100 yards passing today. I just want to add that in. Okay? He was playing the Tennessee Titans.
So they're both overrated.
The Seahawks are looking a lot better than the Tennessee Titans. I'm telling you that right now. All I'm saying is Bo Nix did what he had to do in his first game. There was a lot of zone coverage. There was a lot of disguises. Don't worry. He gets better as the more film he gets to see. There's just nothing.
How do you know that? Oh, you're just guessing?
Oh, no, this ain't no guess. He's not Dak, who hasn't done crap in the past 6 years.
How do you guess? You're guessing.
He
has won 12 games for the last 3 years. He's won 12 games.
He doesn't do anything more. You just paid for a quarterback that doesn't do anything more than when he won playoff game.
So you're going to go to Dak? Why are you picking on Dak? We're talking about your
I'm just telling you the difference, and you're saying I'm guessing. No. The thing is,
you are guessing because he's a rookie. You're guessing he's going to get more film that he sees, the better he's going to get.
Than you can with the Cowboys, what they'll do. As I was saying, Bo Nix did what he had to do today. Don't worry, guys. He only gets better as the time goes on. This is week one. Week one. Mere bag of shells. Don't even worry.
Mere bag of shells. Mere bag of shells, guys.
Absolutely.
Nothing to worry about. Let's see what happens after week 5.
If he gets the ball back, because the defense stopped it, we had an offsides penalty. And then you didn't stop Tyler Lockett on that 3rd down and 6. If he gets the ball back, I don't know if Bo Nix scores that last touchdown to win the game. That's all I'm saying. He put you in a position with 4 minutes left to win a game still. I want to give that to Bo Nix.
That's fair. All right, so let's move on. I think we spent way too much time on the Broncos that nobody cares about. So let's see. Let's go to any other games before we go hit the Cowboy game, guys?
No, we got to hit the Cowboy game. The game is on, so we probably
the game
is on. Between the Rams and the Lions, it'd be a good game. Should be a good game. It's
and
early
we know how long y'all are going to take on the Cowboys, so let's just go ahead and do that.
So let's do the Why not take that long? So the Cowboys is
talking about you looked at talking about your Cowboys.
So this is one of the storylines. This is one of the storylines that because you guys attack me all the time. Anyway, so yeah, you do. You and Jake. Anyway, so Canteen, you want to hit this up? You wanted to talk about one of the storylines was Prescott getting his big contract. The day of this game earlier this morning around 11 o'clock. They looked pretty good. I'm not going to overreact and say they're going to Super Bowl for one game, but they looked pretty good against a tough, stout Browns defense coming in from last year. What do you think, Ken?
Prescott went 19 for 32, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a beast. Ezekiel Elliott can run the ball in the red zone. He's a difference maker. 10 carries, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 5 receptions for 61 yards. I mean, Dallas in typical fashion, man. I mean, they showed up, they showed out, they did what they had to do. I think next week for Dallas, it'll be much more of a challenge when they play New Orleans. I think they play New Orleans at home or maybe on the road. But the Saints look really, really good. So I think Dallas is doing what they typically do. And I like what Dak did. And so, man, as we said earlier, man, it's beyond the 17 games. Let's do wild card. Let's do divisional round. Let's get to the NFC Championship. Let's make some bread and butter. Let's do some different things. But overall, Cowboys look good. The Browns, they look kind of suspect shaky, man. I mean, Watson, he didn't look his best. And their run game wasn't all that. And their defense was horrible because they're my fantasy team on defense. So,
right.
Let's look good, man.
Okay. So, Omar, Cowboys looked pretty good. I thought they struggled a little bit early. The Browns, they have a pretty good pass rush, of course, with Miles in there. I think they have that strong pass rush, even with the other guys on that defensive line, they even from last year. So they did give Dak some problems, and they struggled early, but they got to go in a little bit, got a couple of good drives, and then got the lead, and then they never looked back. What do you think here, Omar, on the Cowboys-Browns?
Yeah, I mean, good is not necessarily the word I would use for it. Sufficient, if I was a Cowboys fan, is what I would use for it.
Okay.
I mean, y'all had 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving. It was spread out everywhere across all of the players. Dak had, 100-something yards, and passer rating wasn't, the 80-something. So, let me not deprive the fans of what they need. He had an 85.3 rating. But short passes, dinks and dunks. The Cleveland Browns, they really didn't show up to play either. Like Deshaun Watson was demonstrably worse, throwing two interceptions and getting sacked 5 times. So that offensive line is very porous in Cleveland. Their defense is going to have to try to keep them in games like this all year, and it's not going to work. It's going to be the same thing like last year unless Deshaun Watson turns it around. I'm not worried about the Cowboys. This is probably just the first game kind of jitters sort of thing. Basically, they held on to a game that they put away against a team they should have.
Right. Okay. Jake, I know you weren't too high on the Cleveland Browns as you were saying, but they did have a stout defense, and they did beat a couple of teams. You touted some teams that the Browns beat to make some points last year. They have a similar defense this year. Looks like they played pretty tough. It was hard to score, but they ended up at least with 33 points. Aubrey had some long field goals. He almost made a 66-yarder if it wasn't for a delay of game. He actually made that kick. What do you think? How did the Cowboys look? I know you're not up on the Cowboys.
I don't take anything from the Cowboys. This was all on Deshaun Watson, how bad he looked. I tried to tell y'all this. This is why when everybody had the Browns in the playoffs for some reason,
he was getting pressured quite a bit.
Yeah,
any quarterback will look bad.
The Browns didn't. He didn't look good at all.
He looked better than Bo Nix.
Joe Flacco looked better. Well, I would hope Deshaun looks better than a rookie.
You said
Deshaun's rookie season. Come on now. As I was saying, Deshaun looked like crap. It was embarrassing.
I'm talking today. I'm not talking about 5 years ago.
Right. Well, if we want to compare rookie stats, a guy that's starting his first game in.
Yeah, but Bo Nix is the fix. So, and Deshaun Watson's not the fix.
Don't worry. His upside's higher than Dak's. I know that. As I was saying, Deshaun Watson, sorry about you, buddy. You're probably about done. You're probably about done, Deshaun. I hate to say it. This is embarrassing. I think they should have kept Flacco. I don't know why they let him go. I think Deshaun Watson's final season's this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if this goes down as the worst contract in history. This is just day one. He shouldn't be this bad. Kevin Stefanski's not a bad head coach. This is embarrassing. You let a trash Cowboys team do that to you. Now you got Cowboys fans hyped up like they did all this and that.
Woo!
That's what I'm saying. That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm hyped up. Let me tell you, I'm hyped up. Not because we beat the Browns. I think the Browns are a solid team. I think they're a borderline playoff team. Unlike Jake, I think Deshaun's going. Oh, what was that?
Hey.
Somebody got another.
That was. Anyway, I don't know what happened. Anyway, so yeah, I think that they looked good. I think this was a good game for us. A good first game. What happened?
What was that sound?
Oh, it was just some commercial that came up on my phone.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah,
what was that?
Yeah, you know how those commercials come up on your phone? It came up on my phone.
All right, you're good. You're good.
All right. So anyway, yeah, they looked pretty good. Dak looked okay. I think this is where Dak needs to be, around 32 attempts. He missed a couple of throws. I thought that he didn't look quite up to snuff, but like this is the first game. Zeke had a couple of good runs. He had a touchdown run. Rico Dowdle looked okay. I mean, they had over 100 yards or close to 100 yards rushing. I think this is what they're going to be. I think they can pick up the rushing game a little bit. I think Dak can connect a little more on these plays and start to look better as the season goes on. He did get his contract done. I wasn't sure they were going to get it done, to be fair. I thought they were just going to go through the whole season talking about this contract stuff. So I'm kind of glad that's over and we don't have to hear about, is he going to get signed? Is he going to be a free agent? Blah, 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 because it's always going to add to the storyline. So I'm just glad this storyline is done. And he signed for 4 years, whatever. I had already been resolved that we're going to either probably hang on to Dak, or that if we got rid of him, hey, we move on. Either way, but I was resolved either way. I think this is going to be a better season than some people think for the Cowboys. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I'm saying that this is going to be
them in the NFC Championship game.
I think I do. So I think that's going to be they're losing that NFC Championship game.
Boy, I'll be shocked with that one.
Wow, yeah, you will be shocked. I'll be shocked if the Broncos make it there. I think more people will be shocked if the Broncos make it there. More people will be shocked if the Broncos make it there.
All I know is
Dak
getting signed really shows you what they're going to fire Mike McCarthy after this season like no other.
I don't think so. I don't know. If they make it to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, they're not going to fire Mike McCarthy.
Trust me, that's not happening.
All right. So any other games you want to hit before we hit this game that's on right now? I know we talked a little bit about Caleb and the Titans. They pulled that out against them. He didn't look too good. You want to talk about your Raiders losing to the Chargers? They looked good early. Omar, you want any hope for your Raiders?
Nope.
Or
I told you we were going to suck. I wasn't worried about it at all. I know you saw I downgraded them from 8 to 7 wins. I don't even think we get that, probably 6. It's going to be a bad year for us. We'll be picking in the top 5 or 10, but the Broncos, no fear, will be worse than us. So I'll be okay at the end of the day.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this?
You can't win with that. You can't win with a good defense and no quarterback. I'm sorry. Gardner Minshew, as fun as he is to watch run around, if you can only score 7 points and you can't move the ball, you're not going to beat anybody.
Yeah, and to be fair, this was kind of what we expected from them. This is kind of Herbert's year to show something.
I still love you, Raiders. I still love you.
He only had 144 yards and 1 touchdown. Canteen. They ran a lot. Dobbins had 135 yards. The running game looked pretty good. This is a typical Jim Harbaugh team. You know, heavy run. Is this the way they're going to win this year? The Chargers? Man,
the Chargers, man. They shocked me. The Chargers really shocked me, man. I mean, you look at the numbers. Herbert, 17 for 26, 144 yards, 1 touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 10 carries, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. And Ladd McConkey, Georgia boy at his finest, 5 receptions, 39 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. We'll see. It's still early on. I think Omar's counting his team out too early.
Okay.
Give some time, Omar.
I don't know. Yeah,
let the season build.
I hope you're right.
And Canteen had him winning 10 games, so
he's the only one. Right.
Yeah, I had the Chargers. I was higher on you than you guys on the Chargers. I thought Jim Harbaugh could turn this team around. Let's see what he can do with Herbert. I don't know if he's gonna release him a little more, little by little, but he's definitely pulling him back some. He didn't really play. I mean, what you would think a guy like him who can throw, he only threw it 26 times. He's supposedly a quarterback that can throw it, so I don't know. But I thought they could win with however Jim Harbaugh likes to play. You know, his style. He's going to come around and turn the team around right away. I figured they could get about 10 wins. None of you guys. I think all you guys have them having a losing record. So I think this is typical how they're going to win. They're going to win kind of, running the ball, kind of ugly. And maybe Jim Harbaugh opens up Herbert a little bit and lets him throw a little more. Who knows? But anyway, so let's talk about this game today happening right now. And it's still 0-0, the Rams and the Lions. This is a pretty big game. Both of these teams potentially win their divisions or have that. Some people have picked them to win their divisions. Definitely to both of them to make the playoffs. Once again, Jake, what's your thoughts on this game here? Who do you see winning the Rams-Lions?
I think the Lions win this game. I think it's too early right now. The Rams usually are like the Bengals, in my opinion. They start really slow, but they get on a run mid-October. Lions win this one. They're running off of their season a year before. They're going to stay on that hot win. Let's go. Lions up.
Lions win this game. A close game, or they blow them out?
27-20.
27-20. Okay. What do you got, Omar, here in this game? Your thoughts? It's hard to judge too much, like I said in the first game, but what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions are still the favorites, I believe. What's the line on this? Do you know what the line is right now?
I have to look at it.
Hold on, let me look up the line real quick, dude.
Okay, look up the line real quick. I don't have it right here.
The line is, let's see. Line is, shoot, I don't see it anymore. Anyways, whatever. The line was 4.5 when I gave my betting picks. By the way, y'all go check out my new betting pick series on NFL Picks at Ball and Buds. Thank you. Check that out. But
I think it closed at minus 5.5. It closed at minus 5.5.
Okay, I got this as a field goal game. I would definitely take the Lions on the money line or the Rams with the points. If you're still betting, I don't know what the line is at now. I believe that the Lions will win this game
5.5
by a field goal. What was your score, Jake?
27-20. 27-20.
For who?
Lions. Lions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Lions 27-24.
Okay. Can?
Man, I like the Rams, man.
Huh?
I think Matthew Stafford, Kenneth Williams, the Cooper Kupp, man. I think these guys make a statement, man. The Lions, the Rams, they've been discounted, and I think that they're gonna win 17-20. 17-20.
Rams,
Close game. I mean, because like to me right now, there's not much offensive action.
Right.
Rams by 3.
Okay.
Rams by 3, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is my team to go to the NFC Championship with the Cowboys, so I have to pick them. No, I don't have to pick them, but I think they're going to have a good season this year. I think all their weapons are back. Like you said, the first game, it's always hard to see. It's always hard to tell. There's going to be some rough spots. Just ironing some things out. With you haven't really played any real action in a while, even though you had all these practices. You had a little bit of preseason. But I think the Rams will pull this out. I like Cantene's score. He sounds rational right now. 20-17. I like that score. I think the Rams will probably pull it out, something in that nature, 20-23. It'll be a close game. Surprised Jake picked the Lions, since he has them in 5th place, 11-6, and he has the Rams.
It's week 1, Florida. It's week 1. By the way, I hope you keep up with your records too, because you didn't bring up any of your records, what you picked for the years.
I did pick up. I said that I was.
Did you notice that, Omar? He keeps bringing up
the
Chargers win. He says, "Hey, y'all got the Chargers losing. I didn't have them losing." I hope you bring up your spots too, Flo.
That's why.
What are you talking about?
That's why earlier when he said, all y'all do is attack me, I had like the most shocked look on my face. I was like, wait a second. No, all you do is attack me and Jake. Don't try to gaslight
That's what I'm saying.
I don't attack you and Jake.
All the records for us.
That's all you do all so long. You attack all of us and Cantine the most, honestly. I'm surprised he's still on show.
Wow.
The way you treat him.
See, you guys all attacked me just for no reason.
No,
but you know what?
Because Cantine goes out and puts Falcons by 10, and I'm like, Cantine, what are you doing? I try to help him out.
The last laugh, I promise you, Omar.
I'm getting the last laugh.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Did you email us?
I told us this morning. The Falcons will win more games.
What?
We send the final standings. I want to make sure and keep up with yours as well.
You can keep up with mine. That's fine. I have mine. You didn't have any changes. You didn't. I sent them out, and you didn't tell me you wanted any changes. Okay, so I'm going to keep it the way it is. I'll email it out. You want me to? I can tell you.
Oh, everybody had the Chargers having only 7-8 wins.
Okay, just because I know more than you, don't get all upset.
I don't know how you know more. How's that?
I don't know, because I usually get better. I usually get better than you.
Best quarterback last year in the NFC. I think I was proven right.
Oh, I mean, he was second place in MVP, wasn't he?
Behind who?
Behind who? Yeah, tell me.
Behind who?
Tell me.
Who was number 1?
Lamar Jackson, wasn't he? He won the MVP.
Was he in the AFC or NFC?
AFC.
That's my point. I said in the NFC, he was the best quarterback in the NFC.
Okay. So what's the point? I don't know why you were
telling you. I know this football stuff.
You said Goff was the best one. You said Goff was the best quarterback in the NFC.
I said Goff was the best quarterback last year in the NFC.
And now you're saying Dak, so make up your mind. That's your problem.
I'm not saying Dak at all. Good luck.
You just said that. You just said Dak was the best quarterback in the NFC now. And now you're saying that Goff is. Make up your mind, Jake. Come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. You just picked him. You just said that. You just said it just now. 5 seconds ago.
Look 5 seconds when you get a chance.
You just said who's the best.
I want you to post it that I said that. I really do.
You said Dak was the best in the NFC.
No, I said Jared Goff.
No, you just said it. Didn't he say it, Cantine? Dak was the best in the NFC last year?
That's what you just said, Jake.
He just said it, Jake.
The whole time. He hasn't said nothing.
Oh my gosh! You guys rewind it and just.
I can't wait. Let's keep up with everybody's records.
Yeah, we'll keep up with everybody's record. All right, let's do it. All right,
that's the Jets going crazy, and I think they get their butts whooped tomorrow.
Give me your score for Monday then. Jets. What do you got?
Jets lose 21-34. San Francisco beats them.
Okay.
I got everybody helping.
What do you got, Omar?
That's a great segue because shout out to Clubber D the Combat G, a 49ers fan, and check out Clubber D the Combat G's Combat Sports Special this Thursday at Ball and Buds, 8 p.m. Eastern. That being said, I got the 49ers winning by at least 14, probably 10. Let's go 24-14 49ers.
Okay, what do you got, Cantine?
34-10. 49ers, 34-10.
34-10. Wow.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Okay, well, let's make it the quadfecta. We all take the 49ers on this one. I'm going to take the 49ers. A little bit closer game. I think there will be something in the neighborhood of 26-20. And I'm taking the 49ers. We all took the 49ers. Let us know what you guys think. Appreciate you joining the first show of the Sunday Surge. Catch us on The Bottom Line Sports every Tuesday on our channels. Just look up The Bottom Line Sports. The Bottom Line Sports. You can find us YouTube, Facebook. We have 1,800 on the Facebook group. Canteen wanted 2,000 before the season started, but we didn't.
We're on there. We're almost there.
We're almost there. We'll see you next time, man. We appreciate everybody who joined. Appreciate Tony the Savant. Go check out Ball and Buds and Clubber D over there. We appreciate them. Appreciate Clubber D. He's one of the combat G's.
UFC 306.
UFC 306 coming up.
We'll be talking.
All right. We'll see you next time. I'm going to do the outro. Peace out. It only lasts like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I don't know. We'll see you next time.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
See you guys.
All right, man.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.